Have you ever wondered why your lover, friend, or even a family member suddenly vanishes from your life without any explanation? If your answer is yes, you may have experienced ghosting by a narcissist. Many people often assume that this is simply the silent treatment, a form of punishment through silence. However, the disappearance of a narcissist is far more complex. It hides behind unpredictable motives and schemes you may never have anticipated. In this video, we will differentiate between the silent treatment and the disappearance of a narcissist, explore the real reasons behind this sudden vanishing act, and most importantly, learn how to cope and move forward when faced with this situation. Let's get started right now. When starting a relationship with a narcissist, everything initially feels like a sweet dream. They come into your life like a refreshing breeze, bringing with them charming words, subtle gestures, and the image of a perfect partner. You feel like the center of their world, the most loved and cherished person. They write you romantic love letters, words seemingly pulled straight from their soul, awakening your deepest emotions. Long, engaging conversations leave you feeling completely understood. They invite you to candlelit dinners and plan dreamy vacations where it feels like it's just the two of you. Every moment with them is a promise of a future filled with happiness, making you believe that you finally found your ideal companion. But then, without any warning, they disappear. No messages, no explanations, only a cold, deafening silence. You try to make sense of it, blaming yourself, wondering what you did wrong. Their absence leaves not just pain, but shatters the trust you once had in love. This bitter reality breaks your heart as you realize that all those seemingly perfect moments were nothing more than a meticulously staged performance. And now you, who once believed in the dream, are left to face the pain of a shattered illusion. A narcissist's disappearance is never random. It is part of a sophisticated, calculated strategy designed to manipulate your psychology and emotions. Their disappearances are not mere absences, but a tool to push you into a state of instability, making you feel anxious, confused, and out of control. Initially, they might disappear after a minor argument, making you feel like it's your fault. You blame yourself, thinking it was your actions or words that drove them away. The fear of losing someone you believe to be so important grows, compelling you to lower your self-worth, try to fix things, and seek their forgiveness. But in reality, their disappearance was premeditated, knowing it would destabilize you emotionally and trap you in the whirlwind of feelings they orchestrate. What's even more heartbreaking is that they can disappear without any warning, even when everything seems perfectly fine. You try to make sense of it, questioning what went wrong and wondering what you can do to bring them back. This act not only causes pain, but also leaves you deeply confused and disoriented, as if everything you once believed in is crumbling. This is the power of their strategy, keeping you in a state of anxiety, constantly questioning yourself, and increasingly entangled in their finely tuned web of control. As you search for answers to their baffling disappearances, the narcissist will quickly offer seemingly plausible justifications. They might say they've been busy with work, had no phone signal, or faced an unavoidable emergency. Initially, these explanations may ease your worries. You feel comforted, believing it was all a misunderstanding and that they will return with answers to all your concerns. But over time, as these disappearances repeat, you begin to see the harsh reality that this is no accident. Their justifications no longer bring comfort but instead fuel growing doubt. You question whether their work is truly so demanding that it prevents any communication, whether the emergencies are genuine, or if it's all a facade to conceal an even more painful truth. With each disappearance, they leave another crack in your trust, pushing you further into insecurity and turmoil. You realize their actions are not accidental but part of a calculated series of tactics designed to manipulate your emotions. They want you to live in constant worry, always seeking answers, and always feeling that only they can provide the stability you crave. Yet in truth, they are the source of the chaos, and their excuses are nothing more than a polished veneer for relentless manipulation. When you bravely suggest sitting down to resolve issues maturely, the narcissist will swiftly turn the situation around. They suddenly become the victim, making every fault seem like yours, leaving you feeling selfish or unreasonable. You begin to believe that the instability in the relationship is due to your lack of patience, love, or effort. Every word, Every gesture from them is carefully crafted to draw you into a vortex of guilt, where you end up apologizing even when there's no reason to. Arguments with a narcissist never lead to positive outcomes. Instead of resolving issues, you become trapped in endless loops where every attempt to defend yourself is either dismissed or twisted into a new narrative, leaving you emotionally drained. Empathy, the thing you crave most, does not exist in this relationship. The more you try to seek understanding from them, the deeper you find yourself pulled into a state of exhaustion, where you lose the energy to distinguish right from wrong. This silent treatment is not just a form of punishment, but also a method to maintain control. Every moment you spend thinking about them, trying to fix the relationship, is a moment you sacrifice your freedom and peace. The saddest part of a relationship with a narcissist is that you gradually learn to accept their silence as normal. At first, every time they disappear, you feel pain and anxiety, but over time you start to believe this is just how things are. You try to adapt, hoping that if you are patient and loving enough, they will change. But the truth is, every time they go silent, you are pushed into a state of emotional instability, like walking on a fragile tightrope, always afraid everything could collapse at any moment. There are moments when you resolve not to let them manipulate your emotions anymore. You tell yourself you'll fight back, ignore them, and make them understand how it feels to be abandoned. Yet, when they return with apologies, sweet words, or even just their presence, you are easily drawn back into the same emotional whirlwind. All the promises you made to yourself, all the boundaries you tried to set, dissolve in the face of their charm or cunning tactics. You constantly wonder why they are always dissatisfied, why they need distance, and, most importantly, whether you are the problem. These questions become a burden, causing you to question your own worth. But the heartbreaking truth is, this was never about you. It's their strategy. To keep you trapped in uncertainty, always trying to fix something they never intended for you to fix. While you are trying to understand their instability and distance, the narcissist is often leading a double life without your knowledge. They don't see the relationship as a genuine connection between two people, but as a means to feed their inflated ego. A single relationship is never enough for them. They constantly need more emotional supply to feel powerful and to fill the void they refuse to face. When they disappear, you think it's because you did something wrong, but the painful reality is that they are often involved in another relationship or searching for new supplies. These people are not loved or cherished, but simply commodities they can use to satisfy their needs. To a narcissist, everyone they meet is just a small piece in the larger game they control, a game that you, unwittingly, have become a part of. The most painful part is their skill at hiding this double life. You don't see clear signs because they carefully stage everything to ensure you believe the image they want you to see. But every action, every disappearance, is a piece of the brutal truth. You are not unique, but just one of many supplies they are rotating. Recognizing this is a shock, but also the first step toward breaking free from the toxic cycle and reclaiming your true value. You might notice subtle signs if you pay close attention. They keep their phone with them at all times, use complex passwords, or quickly hide it when you approach. You may find mysterious messages or calls appearing at odd hours, but when you ask, they provide vague explanations. They might say it's just work, an old friend reaching out, or a family issue they need to handle. While these reasons may sound reasonable at first, they leave you feeling uneasy due to a lack of transparency. Some narcissists even go to greater lengths by creating dramatic stories to hide the truth. They may tell you about an ex who refuses to let go, someone who is obsessed and desperately trying to win them back. These stories are often intricately fabricated, sometimes with emotional details making you feel pity and sympathy instead of suspicion. You might hear them lament that they are stuck between the past and the present and need more time to sort things out. When you question them or express doubt, they quickly turn the blame on you, accusing you of being overly jealous or too sensitive. This not only makes you feel guilty, but also leaves you lost in self-doubt. The reality behind their stories, however, is entirely different. They are maintaining parallel relationships, and all those explanations are merely a facade to conceal the fact that you are not the only person in their life. These shady behaviors not only erode your trust, but also push you into a state of emotional chaos. You question whether you're wrong, whether you're being overly suspicious, while in reality, they are deliberately creating this uncertainty to control and manipulate you. It's a toxic cycle where they keep you in ambiguity and insecurity to maintain power in the relationship. Narcissists don't just pursue new relationships, they rarely truly let go of old ones. To them, past partners are not memories to cherish or relationships to close respectfully. Instead, they view these individuals as backup supplies, always within reach, ready to be revisited whenever they need attention, emotions, or any other benefit. What's even more painful is that, even while they're with you, those moments you thought were special and memorable might just be the time they're using the silent treatment on someone else. They never truly end old relationships, as if they're masterful stage directors, orchestrating a performance where you and others are merely actors in their play. They exploit ambiguity and uncertainty to keep you emotionally suspended, while simultaneously ensuring they never lack emotional supply from anyone. And then, when they suddenly disappear from your life, leaving you in pain and confusion, they don't vanish completely. In reality, they've returned to an old partner, applying the same tactics, creating a toxic, never-ending cycle. They skillfully alternate between you and others, exploiting the pain they cause to maintain control. You might feel as though you are never enough, constantly questioning what you did wrong or where you fell short, but the truth is, the problem does not lie with you. This is not your fault. It's their strategy, a way to sustain their inflated ego, emotional dominance, and power. Only when you recognize this can you break free from the cycle and rediscover yourself. Let me be clear, the actions of a narcissist do not reflect your worth. Their psychological games, manipulation, and cold behavior are manifestations of their insecurity and distorted sense of self, an ego that cannot bear to face the truth about itself. Tragically, their actions often make you feel as though every mistake, every problem in the relationship is your fault. You drown in self-doubt, wondering what you could do to fix, change, or save the relationship you once believed in. The truth is, you cannot fix them. They do not seek your repair efforts and will not allow anyone to breach the armor of their ego cloaked in power and self-righteousness. Attempting to change them will not only exhaust you, but also cause you to lose sight of yourself, your emotions, dreams, and true values. So instead of focusing on them, turn your attention inward. Breaking free from a narcissist's influence is like uprooting a deeply rooted weed from the garden of your soul. It is not easy and will undoubtedly be painful. Those roots have deeply embedded themselves in your emotions and self-esteem, making it hard to recognize how much of yourself you've lost in the relationship. But only by courageously uprooting them can you create space to plant seeds of hope and true freedom. This journey requires setting strong boundaries. The narcissist will attempt to cross those boundaries. They'll keep calling, texting, or using familiar tactics to lure you back. But remember, each time you choose not to respond, each time you choose silence over engagement, you are reclaiming control of your life. This is not weakness, it is strength. The strength to refuse to be part of the toxic emotional cycle they create. Healing is not a journey you have to take alone. Reach out to those who truly love and support you, family, friends, or even professional counselors. Let them be your anchors and guiding lights on days when you feel exhausted or lost. Don't hesitate to share your feelings, as genuine connections with others will help you realize you're not alone. More importantly, dedicate time to healing your soul. This could be through quiet moments of meditation, journaling to release emotions, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and meaning. Allow yourself to feel the pain, but don't let it imprison you. Instead, let it become a lesson, a catalyst for growth, and a step toward becoming stronger. Healing is not just about forgetting the wounds caused by the narcissist. It's about rediscovering peace within yourself and rebuilding your trust in who you are. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to deserve love. You don't need to change yourself to fit someone else's mold. You are worthy of a life full of light, where love and appreciation come from those who truly see and accept you for who you are. When you break free from a narcissist, you're not just escaping a toxic relationship but overcoming the deep wounds they've inflicted. You are building a new future, a future where you are at the center, free to choose what's best for yourself without fear or doubt. Finally, remember that leaving a narcissist is not an ending, but a new beginning. It is the start of a life where you can freely be yourself, where you can cherish every moment and find joy in the simplest things. Allow yourself to step into the light, not just to escape their grip, but to rise above the pain they once caused. You deserve peace, genuine love, and a life where you are valued for exactly who you are. This journey may not be easy, but every step you take, every decision you make to care for yourself is a testament to your strength and courage. And above all, remember that you are not alone. There are people who genuinely care, who are ready to walk alongside you, and who will help you find the light in your life once again.